Good morning. I hope you're all doing well. My name is Margarida Celestino. I am a full-time college student. I'm a full-time educator working with high school students at Casco Bay High School. And I've also started working at the Boys and Girls Club supporting the immigrant students, where I was also a member, and now I'm also a staff member. All of us here today are working to build equitable learning communities in our schools, our districts, and our campuses. I admire you all for your dedication to this mission. Let me tell you a little bit about myself, my story, and my journey. And I'll share these lessons that may hold for what need to consider in building learning communities that work for everyone. I came to the United States with my parents at the age of 15 with my 3 younger brothers, and that was back in 2017. My transition from an African school system to the American school system was very different, but it was not as hard for me because I had the privilege of coming to the US with English already. And I grew up in Namibia where I had learned English, and I had amazing teachers when I moved to the US where I attended Casco Bay High School. I had great teachers who cared about my background and were invested in understanding me. It helps when people want to know more about your culture and your traditions. It helps students succeed because they feel seen and they feel celebrated as their whole identity. My parents obviously would never forget about my identity, and they will never let me forget about it. My dad always says that you can be American outside of the house, but once you step into my household, he always says that once you step into my household, you're back in Africa. So that's like engraved in my head. We still cook and eat traditional meals such as kizaka, which some of you guys may know what cassava leaves are. We eat funge, known as fufu. We eat momba de galinha, which is chicken cooked in peanut butter stew, and it's so delicious. We eat a lot more that if I have to go on and on, I'm never going to leave the stage. I'd like to tell you about my high school experience at Casco Bay High School in Portland, Maine, where there was a lot of things that helped me succeed. Not only my teachers, but also my peers and the way that Casco Bay High School is just as a school and the system that it runs in. All these things, like the system of where Casco Bay High School operates, helped me succeed as a student. The most important, as I said earlier, was being praised, being seen, and being celebrated. As a brand new immigrant student, having a bunch of strangers at school include me and say that we are all family was really important to me. My school nurtured what crew was, which is both a structure and a way of being together. I'd like to share a quick video with you to give you a better idea of what that looks like.
I think the power of crew is that it's about students and teachers getting to know each other deeply. We all bring outside lives and experiences to the work we do on a daily basis here, and that it's important that we recognize our humanity.
By working in our community and then working our way out, we bring more positive change.
We want our local community, our national community, and our global community to be ever improving. We need everybody to be not just on board, but helping drive the ship forward.
We're crew, not passengers.
The whole relationship and philosophy around We Are Crew is truly embedded.
And we're going to make a circle.
If you don't get at the heart of a child, they're not going to learn. How do we create an environment where kids feel like they belong and they're part of a school community and not just a student in a school? You have to build relationship.
Crew is a vehicle that helps you build relationships, whether it's faculty crew or student crew.
Crew is a structure that allows us to create a sense of belonging, and it meets at least 30 minutes a day.
That level of confidence that comes from feeling like you are belonging into a space really sets the stage for growth to happen.
I want to educate children sometime in the near future about the LGBTQ+ community.
Every student has a crew leader, and that crew leader is assigned to about from 12 to say 17 students.
Your crew advisor really gets to know your life outside of school, your life in school, your academic progress.
Just getting to build camaraderies with people, it helps you build. It helps build your character as a person.
So it's a way to uplift you in the school.
principal, I've become a better person, a better leader, and a better advocate for kids with my engagement and my understanding of crew.
They're in it together. They're in the same ship, right?
And having your crew there is really, really good. Especially like as a first generation student, it's hard to like seek help for the applications. And if we didn't have crew, I would be lost. I wouldn't have time. I feel like all the colleges I applied to wouldn't have gotten applied to.
They hold each other accountable. They push each other to their highest goals, and they challenge each other emotionally.
I really do love you guys. Like, I love hard, and this is how I'm loving right now.
Okay. We unite with each other. We're basically like a family. We're responsible for each other, make sure everyone's on track.
So maybe it's like right here, it looks like you didn't erase your lines. So like we got erasers so we can make it perfect, and we got to ask our crewmates if they could help us.
Okay, yeah, sure.
And that's so much, like, I don't know, so much bigger than just like, oh, you're my friend and I'm just gonna be nice to you. No, I'm holding you accountable to like do this hard, rigorous work, but I'm gonna support you along the way. And seeing kids do that is like, that's it. That's what it's about, right? Like, that's crew.
If they helped me, that would be showing compassion.
As you may have heard, a lot of the teachers and the students called crew their family. A lot of kids don't have families outside of school, and being able to bring that into a classroom is very important to a lot of students. It's important to me and my other peers. Now that I have graduated from Casco Bay High School and started my college career, I'm committed to the communities that have raised me. Working at Casco Bay High School and mentoring at the Boys and Girls Club to continue a cycle of meaningful contribution to better the world. I feel professional learning for teachers and students or leaders should focus on how to build relationships and the systems that support the deepening, prioritizing relationships with students and with each other, of course. Get to know your students well. What are they passionate about? What are they doing outside of school? What is going on at home? What are their goals? Reflect on it as you're thinking, as you're sitting here. Do you know your students? Do you know what's happening, what's affecting them every day in their classroom? Make it a priority to connect with students with the necessary resources to achieve their goals. Being a great listener is skill built, that you can build it yourself. Be kind. Kindness is a top-tier character that sometimes we all forget, not just teachers. Just as humans, we forget it. But it's important to show kindness towards your students. Teachers and leaders also need to educate themselves about their own personal biases and the systems of oppression, of course. As a Black woman, I faced racism, I faced colorism, and other biases. And each one of you also face biases every day. Understanding the systems that this society operates in and it's how it's using to oppress us is very important. And education is a crucial part of it. I am so thankful to have had the opportunity to speak with you all today, and I encourage you all to connect with each other and make the most of your time here at the Learning Forward Conference.